Ela vem.
Victor held his breath. The air in the room felt heavy, thick with anticipation. He stood before the mirror, its surface reflecting the single flickering candle that lit the room. His heart pounded in his chest, a frantic drum against his ribs. He licked his dry lips, the words of the ritual forming in his mind.
Ela vem.
His voice was barely audible in the stillness. His eyes darted nervously to the dark corners of the room, expecting to see something move in the shadows. He repeated the words, louder this time.
Ela vem.
A shiver ran down his spine, and he felt a cold sweat prickling his skin.
Ela vem.
Victor shouted, his voice echoing in the silence that followed. He stared into the mirror, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and excitement. A low creak sounded from somewhere in the room.
Ah!
Victor jumped, spinning around to face the noise. He scanned the shadows, his heart racing. It was probably just the old house settling. He turned back to the mirror, his hand reaching out to touch the cold glass. As he did, the candle flickered, its flame sputtering before returning to its normal size. Victor frowned. He took a deep breath, trying to calm his nerves, but something wasn't right. The air felt colder now, and he could have sworn he heard a faint whisper coming from the mirror. He raised his phone, its screen casting an eerie glow on his face as he tried to take a picture of the mirror. But the screen flickered, the image distorting, before the phone shut off completely. Fear coiled in Victor's stomach. His hand trembled as he reached out to touch the mirror again. This time, there was no denying the cold that emanated from its surface. It felt like touching ice. A shape began to form in the mirror's depths. A swirling mist, dark and ominous, appeared within the reflection. Victor's breath caught in his throat, his eyes widening as the mist solidified. A face materialized in the mirror. It was a woman's face, pale and gaunt, with long, stringy hair that framed her hollow cheeks. Her eyes were open, staring directly at Victor, but they weren't normal eyes. They were completely black, devoid of any white, filled with an ancient and terrifying darkness. Victor stumbled back, knocking into the table behind him. The candle tumbled to the floor, plunging the room into darkness.
Ah!
He cried out, scrambling back until his back hit the wall. He stayed there, frozen in terror, as a new sound reached his ears. It was a soft whisper, barely audible, but it seemed to slither from the darkness, wrapping around him like icy fingers.
Você me chamou.
The voice hissed, each word sending shivers down Victor's spine. He squeezed his eyes shut, wanting nothing more than to disappear. Then a cold hand clasped over his mouth, stifling his scream. Victor's eyes flew open. He looked up into the face of a shadowy figure, its features obscured by the darkness. The figure leaned closer, its breath cold and fetid against Victor's ear.
Não era ela que você esperava?
It whispered, its voice a chilling rasp.